Hey guys, what's going on today? BOJoeKO here, and we are back with our Columbus Blue Jackets GM mode. We're gonna be going into a year 7, as you guys wanted it, so perfectly fine with that. We're gonna get through the free agency period here, and maybe do one of our trades, and hopefully get situated as you guys can help me out with line edits for year 7 as we get to that. So. Definitely one of the big things that you guys were asking me to do is go out and get Drew Doughty. So honestly, I think that'll help out our team tremendously. And another thing also was definitely to you guys were agreeing with me when you said it is time to trade Cody Hodgson away because you want to play a guy like Connor McDavid on your second line so that Sprong and Christo can have some pretty good chemistry with the young guys down there on the second line. So Hodgson's not going to fail on this team anymore, so we have to trade him. All right, so let's do that first. Let's trade away Cody Hodgson. Let's see if any teams want to pick him up. There's going to be probably a lot of teams that want him. He has really good trade value, almost all the way halfway to the A, so we can get a lot back for this guy. I'll try to get my money's worth, but I did a little bit of pre-scouting too. I wanted to check out who the worst teams were last year. So the worst teams in the league, I think, were the Buffalo Sabres, Florida, Chicago, St. Louis, and I think Detroit. So if St. Louis wants them, okay, and they have cap room too. So St. Louis would be probably one of my teams I would go to here because they're West Coast, and I could probably get a good bit back for them. All right, so we could obviously get a first round pick, which is definitely something I want to pick up in this deal, and they want to give away their first round pick, which is good. So maybe like a first round pick at a prospect would be pretty much all I could get back for Cody Hodgson. So let's go check out the prospects here. Want to get a nice, pretty decent prospect in return for him too, like maybe a Nikita Sherbak. He's not really all progressed up to there yet. He's 4 green stars, but he still hasn't progressed all that well. Dmitry Yaskin, Papin, Tyrati, Haken. Who's this Hacking guy? 4 gold stars. Billy Hacken, fantastic Finn sniper, 21 years old. Third overall pick in 2017. So that was 2 years ago, or last year. It's not bad. He's got a good shooting category. It looks like a maybe a future Daniel Sprong. He played 20 games last year in the NHL for the team. So, what is he considered? Is he considered a depth player, or what's his categorization as? He's a depth forward. I'd rather get somebody who would be a little bit, um, who might be a little bit away from getting better. So, somebody who's relatively young, a good overall, but is a couple years away from getting better. So, nothing really too great here prospect wise for the Blues. I mean, they do have some good guys, but they're already pretty old or already high overall that I'd rather not want to play them on my team. Like I could get a guy like Papin, but I'd rather not. All right, so St. Louis is not going to be the team to go to here. Let's check out Detroit. They have $18 million worth of cap space. Holy crap! They almost have as much cap as we do. Holy smokes, Detroit. All right, so Anthony Mantha, Dimitrakos. He was a pretty good player, I remember. Yeah, he was one guy who we were looking at too. Jared Dimitrakos, he was in this year's draft, right? He was the 4th overall pick this year in the draft. A nice little center playmaker. He's a really fast skater, so he could be somebody we get. Not the best shooting category. Mills, he's already a top 6. Can't get him. Thomas Yurko, Uye, Dimitrakos, Jeffrey, Tommy Vanelli, Wright, Smith Pelly. Smith Pelly was that really good player too. Ronald Smith Pelly, yeah, he went I think 16 in last year. Yeah, he's a good player. He already has progressed pretty well too, but he's already a high overall. I'd rather not play him. Let's see. So yeah, I could see picking up a guy like Dimitrakos and maybe a first, even though they're valuing their first pretty well. It might be able to go through. So let me see. A first and Dimitrakos for Cody Hodgson. I could maybe see it because you need another playmaker to pick up for Hodgson. He's already 70 overall center playmaker. Looks to be pretty good. He's going to be a fast skater, which is like he's 4 gold stars, so that's not bad. So that's possibly what we could get back for Detroit, and then maybe like something pretty small as well. Maybe like a Lamech or Lemenke. Justin Lemenke, another defensive defenseman, could always work out too. So we could get a first round pick and maybe a prospect back for Detroit. If not a first, definitely like a second or something. So that's what we could get back for Detroit. Let's check out Florida because they're. I'm just looking at the teams that were really really bad last year. All right, Barkov and Huberdeau, not going to get any of those guys. Misteel, Odell. Who's this Odell guy? He's already a fourth liner. Is he really? He's a fourth liner. Must be an enforcer or power forward. Yeah, he's considered a fourth liner just because of his probably his physical category. Swanson, he's not bad. He's not that bad. Jacob Swanson, another power forward. Power forwards wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't mind picking up a power forward. I don't have any of them yet. And he's the other forward, so he could be somebody we pick up. Sorella. Sorella is also 4 gold stars, and then you have guys like Kostinen, who is Raimo Kostinen or Koistinen. He is a playmaker. He's got good puck moving skills. 4.5 gold stars. Yeah, he looks like he might get a good jump, but he's gonna get a good jump to the point where I don't want to get him because then I'd have to play him. Brace, he's our minor league top 6. McCarron, Mitchell, yeah. So Florida has some nice players there. So you could get a guy like you could get a player like Swanson and a first as well. So you can definitely get a first out of this any deal you look here. Let's go to Chicago as well. Chicago was a team that wanted Hodgson and didn't do too well last year. All right, let's see what Chicago has. They got this Bishop guy who's a top 6 already, so no. Hartman, Fedoric, he's already a depth player. No. Clendening, no. Tiva Teravainen, Sod. No, they don't really have that good prospect pool, really. They have Konechev, but that's it. He was the first overall pick, wasn't he? Alexei Konechev, yeah. First overall pick, yep. So he really didn't turn out too good. He's got a good potential, but his overall sucks. So, yeah, nothing really too good there in Chicago. Do you have any goaltenders? Getting a nice, good backup wouldn't be bad. Corey Crawford, yeah, a little bit too much. Buyetsev, or Butseyev. Butseyev. He's 24. He's got 3.5 green stars. Butterfly goaltender. Nah. All right. So what do I like the best? Who do I like the best? Calgary has a lot of cap room, and they also have some good players to give away too. And we have a good relationship with them. So Sean Monahan, boring Monahan. Nah, he's already a second liner. Zykov, Valentin Zykov. Get 4 green stars. That might not be bad. Could get McCowan back too. McCowan's still taking his good old time. 72 overall, 23. 23 years old. Jacob Vrana too. 4 gold stars. Yeah, you could get a guy like Zykov and Vrana, and then maybe like a first as well. I don't think a first, but you could get a first, and I don't think we have a first this year right now. We have a second and a third, but that's it. So maybe like a first and then a first and Zykov maybe. First and Zykov for Hodgson or Vrana, maybe both. Zykov and Vrana. Let me see. Hodgson for the first, Vrana, Zykov and Vrana. That might not be bad. If that doesn't go through, I could always take off Vrana. I'd rather take a Zykov than I would Vrana. Well, he is 24, but, Vrana's actually not that bad. Vrana's a power forward, isn't he? No, he's a sniper. They haven't classified as a sniper? Really? Czech Republic guy. Yeah, not bad. Then again, you could always go down here and get some other guys like Vanstone, who's 3.5 gold. Yeah, Zykov's still a little bit better, I would say. Straight Lazar. I don't think any of those guys are getting better. Obergauer. Walmark, Moreau, Granlund, yeah. So let's see. I kind of like this. Let's see if this goes through. Is there anything else Calgary wants in return that I can maybe just give them? I could give them a bunch of these guys, like these guys I'm not going to sign. Whoops, not Yalmark. Umberger, Thurston, and Theo Reardon. I think Reardon actually had a little bit of trade value on him too. So I could just give these unsigned guys, and maybe I could pick up this. Actually, wouldn't be a bad trade. So Cody Hodgson for our first, Valentin Zykov and Jacob Vrana. Let's go through. No. All right, let me take off Vrana. I'll take off Vrana, and I'll add in some smaller stuff like 3.5 gold star stuff or 3.5 red. Maybe like this O'Neill guy. Yeah, I'd rather get Moreau. Yeah, Moreau. There's a 3.5 red star prospect, but he's a lot better. And maybe this Baines guy. Nah, I'll take Moreau. So how about that? So Cody Hutz for a first, Zykov and Moreau. Will this go through? It's still too far off. Might just be Moreau. I'd still be fine with that. Hodgson for a first and Zykov. That'd be pretty solid. I think you get a 4 green star prospect for Hodgson, who is a first liner. And you also get a first round pick as well. So let's see if that goes through. Hodgson for a first and Zykov. Still no. I could probably get Vrana instead of Zykov. I'd actually be happy with either of them. Zykov's definitely the better, probably turnout prospect, but Vrana's also a sniper as well. So let me try that, and then I'll throw in that. Where is he? Where is he? O'Neill? Was it O'Neill? No, it wasn't. It was somebody else. It was Moreau. Marcel Moreau. All right, let's try that. Cody Hodgson for a first, Vrana, and Marcel Moreau. That's still too far off. It might be that first. Might be that first is a little bit too much. I'd rather not put it down to a second though, honestly. Let me just take off Moreau. All right, so how about that? Cody Hodgson for our first and Vrana. Will that go through? Still no. Yeah, it's probably the first. All right, let's try someplace else then. Calgary does have some good stuff though that I would like to take. Like Chicago's first isn't that bad. It's a much lower, but then prospect wise, I can't really get anything back for them. That Bishop guy looks really good. Like 22 years old, offensive defenseman Chad Bishop. Yeah, he was a first overall pick in 2017. He actually turned out pretty good for the Blackhawks. It looks like he's going to be a franchise defenseman. Could get a guy like Teuvo Teravainen, but he's already 24 years old, 77 overall. You kind of want to get a young guy like. Kind of want to get you a little bit younger here. Detroit, like I said, I could grab their first, but then what else do I like? What else could I get back? Jaffrey, BOJoeKO, like no. Like Dimitrakos would be the other guy I would think. Like 70 overall, 18. Yeah. Let me see if this goes through. A first in Dimitrakos for Hodgson. No, it's still too much. Like I think I'm overvaluing these first overall picks so much. Yeah, you know what? Let me go back to Calgary. Let me go back to Calgary just because I like both of those players. Let me just see if I can get Zykov and Vrana without the first. Just grab up these two guys. These guys are much more valuable than a first round pick, that's for sure. And then I'll also add Moreau in there as well. So maybe this. Yeah, Zykov, Vrana, Moreau. I can probably add something else in here too. I could add this street guy. Yeah, I can add that street guy as well. I could pick up a load of prospects here. 2 wingers and 2 defensemen for Hodgson. That might not be bad. So Hodgson for Zykov, Vrana, Moreau, and Strite. Will this go through? Yeah, that will go through. I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Calgary Flames, who consider it a done deal. So I'll take that. I'll take a 4 green star prospect, a 4 gold star prospect, and then 2 kind of low end defenseman prospects for Hodgson. So we get some nice prospects in there. I'm happy about that trade. Don't get a first, but I'll take 4 players for that kind of player any day of the week. So Hodgson's now gone, which means we can go out and sign Drew Doughty. All right, so we can definitely sign Drew Doughty now. Let's get him in here. So 2 teams are interested in him: the Florida Panthers and the Philadelphia Flyers. Drew Doughty wants a 3-year deal for $8.5 million, which is fine. So I'll bump this up to like 9, I guess. I'll give him 9.1. A lot of money for Doughty, but you know what? We're going to be done with this GM mode soon, so it really doesn't matter. So, 9.1. I could probably give him 9 and get away with it. Yeah, I could probably give Doughty $9 million. He would probably take that. So, $9 million Yeah, I'll bump it up to 9.1 just to make sure. So 9.1 mil for Drew Doughty for 3 years. That's a lot of money, but he's worth it. 91 overall, top two defenseman at 29 years old. Yeah, he's definitely worth it. All right, so let's go pick up some prospects here. Just maybe like one or two from each category. I did a little pre-scouting in these guys as well. So I think for goaltender, I'm going to grab this guy, Yuri Exner, who is a Czech Republic goaltender. So I'll grab up this guy for 2 years. Give Sandy Wang some competition down there in the minors. So I'll grab him up. Defenseman, we will grab unrestricted free agents. I don't want to bother with the RFAs. I think I wanted to grab up Robert Hagg because he had a really good year. Yeah, 36 points in 76 games for Robert Hagg. They have him classified as a defensive defenseman, which is kind of weird, I think. So another 2-year deal. 2-year deal for Hagg, and then I think, yeah, I just wanted to grab up Hagg, and then all forwards. I think I wanted to grab up Nikolai Ehlers. Yeah, I wanted to grab up Nikolai Ehlers, and then I think that's it. Did I want to grab up Wim? Paul Wim? No, I think there was somebody else I wanted to grab. Who was it? Was it Damian Bourne? No. Was it Cole Castles? It might have been Cole Castles. I don't think it was Sacramento. No, it wasn't Lucas Sutter either. I think it might have been Cole Castles. Yeah, I'll sign Cole Castles for a 1-year deal. All right, so we grab up those guys, and I think we're good. All right, so now we just gotta wait on Doughty. Not many GMs make it to star status, but you can consider that since he became a veteran GM. Keep legendary GM mode. Yeah, I might get that achievement if we go there. Let's see. Drew Doughty has interest from the Red Wings. Yeah, a lot of teams are interested in Drew Doughty, and it looks like Cole Castles is accepted. Nikolai Ehlers has accepted. Okay, we're still waiting on Doughty. Still waiting on Drew Doughty, and it looks like Robert Hagg accepted. Yuri Exner accepted. Okay. Still waiting on Doughty. And Drew Doughty is extremely happy to accept our offer. A cash offer was most generous. Really, it was quite easy to make up my mind about your offer. All right, so there we go. Drew Doughty. Columbus is happy to announce they have just signed Drew Doughty to a 3-year, $9.1 million. Not bad. Hashtag not bad at all. That's definitely a pretty good deal there. All right, so now we can move. I believe somebody suggested that we move Erickson down a line or for depth in the playoff time comes. So I think we're good. I don't think there's anybody else we need to sign in free agency. I think we're pretty good just to go into see what the overall jumps are. I think we're pretty good. Let me just do a double check here. Overall, so right. Connolly Stajan. Nah, I think we're good for depth too. I don't think we need to pick up any of these guys. Yeah, we're pretty solid. All right, so let's skip ahead to the end of free agency here, and I will show you guys the overall jumps, and then you guys can help me decide the lineups. All right, so I'll see you in a minute. All right, guys. So we are done. Got through the free agency here, and we're in the midst of the second to the last preseason game, so I can move the guys up and down my lineup if there are any problems. So let's go into our GM options, go into our contracts, and let's check out these overall jumps, shall we? So hope you guys can help me out with these lineup changes. All right, so. This year it looks like Sergei Bobrovsky still at 86, Halverson up to an 80. So depending on what Brandon Halverson is, maybe there might be one more trade looming in the before the season comes for a backup goaltender. So that could be something because maybe Halverson might be a backup. If he is, he is only 80 overall. He's got good reflexes, I think, and his athletic category ain't too bad in the stats where it matters. So we could go into him if he's considered a backup, but might be a little bit more safer if I trade for another backup goaltender, maybe like an 82 and 83 overall type of goaltender. So that could be something that we maybe possibly do in the system. Exner actually is a 76, so he can maybe start. Him and Wang can go back and forth, starting some games. So that'll be pretty solid there. Okay, so that's the goaltending situation. Defense, we have Drew Doughty and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, so our top two, Ryan Murray and David Savard, and then Bryson Martin and Julius Honka will be our top 6 defensemen. So Erickson will probably be sitting, go in the minors. He'll play some depth. He'll be depth for the playoffs. So I'm perfectly fine with that. So our defensive core looks pretty solid now. A lot of offensive defensemen, but it's still pretty good. How many offensive? I think we have 4 offensive guys and 2 two-ways. So that's pretty good. But at least our offensive defensive have some nice defensive categories. Okay, and then in the system, we have Weatherspoon jumped up to an 82, but he's a restricted free agent. So if anybody wants to go out and sign him, they can. But he is our property, so if anybody signs him, we do get compensation. Jansen 77, Hag is up to a 73, Hetherington up to a 73, Betts 72, Moreau, Adam, there's that strike guy. He got pushed down to the juniors. That's perfectly fine with me. Okay. Right wingers, we have Patrick Kane up to an 89, Toffoli 88, Sprong still stayed at 85, Christo at 85, and Yilson jumped up to a 79. Okay, and then the system, Matthias Janmark up to an 81. All right, so that's interesting. I didn't think he would get a big jump or not, but you know what? He's actually, yeah, his defensive category isn't too bad. He's got good offensive awareness. His puck skills, he doesn't have that. He has a good slap shot. He's pretty slow though, so yeah, not the greatest there. He might be like a tradable asset for like a backup goaltender. Godobin 80, Furk, Bjorkstrand, and Zykov. Yep, they're looking pretty good. That was in the system. Yeah, they were in the system, guys. And then left wingers. Dubes still at 84. Carroll and Tambellini still at 80. That's good. Reichel still at 80. Freiberg, Vrana, Ellers, Kiefer Vishnowski. Yep. And then centers, we have Johansson. All right, so he's kind of capped off now, which is fine. Jenner up to an 83, which is really good. Terrell 82. Fabry 82. McDavid up to an 86. That's good. Okay, so there's all of our players right there. All right, so let's go look at roster moves now. Check out exactly where these guys need to play, and I can move them up and down. All right, so let's go to goaltenders. Goaltenders, yep. All right, so Halverson is still considered a minor league starter. So you know what? That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave him up here for now. But yeah, I think I might want to make a trade for a backup goaltender. So that's something I'm going to be on the lookout for. I could trade some of those like prospects that are close to near ready that I don't need on my team. I could trade them for something that I do need, and that would be a backup goaltender with a pretty decent contract, maybe like 1 year left. That'd be pretty solid. All right, so backup goaltender, that's something we need. All right, defense. So we have Drew Doughty and Oliver Ekman-Larsson as our top 2, Murray and Savard top 4s, Martin and Honka top 6. So look at that. That's perfect. Exactly what I need. I have 2 players for each position. And they're all still getting better, I think, except for Savard and obviously Doughty and OEL. So that's good. Got my top 2s, my top 4s, and my top 6s. That's perfect. So Erickson can go down to the minors. Yeah, so he's a top 6, but he can play down there in the minors. That's perfectly fine. And then all those guys are perfectly fine down there, so that's good. And then forwards, let's see what we got here. All right, so forwards. McDavid obviously needs to come up. Let's see, Yilson, he can get sent down. And okay, so I think we're good here. So how many guys do we have up here right now? So we have 1. Let me sort these by player roles. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so there's my 12 starters. Looks like Fabry will get to play this year, depending on where I want to put him. Could maybe move him to the 3rd line, could move Jenner down to the 4th line, all depending on where I want to move him. And then all these guys are depth, so Reichel, Godobin, Furk, Yilson, Lipsick, Bjorkstrand. So all those guys are depth. All right, so I think we're good. All right, let's set up the lines here, shall we? Best lines, Springfield, and then let's go best lines, best lines, best lines. All right, so we want Johansson, Kane, Toffoli, McDavid, Sprong, and Christo. Perfect. They want Dubinsky, Terrell, and Carroll, and then Tambellini, Jenner, and Fabry. So is Carroll considered a 3rd liner, or was he's considered a 4th liner now? Carroll's moved back down to a 4th liner. Okay, so that's good. So what's my 4th look like? Hold on. Tambellini, Carroll, and then either Fabry or Jenner needs to get moved to the 4th. Okay. Okie doke. So I know what I need to do there. All right. So let's go to coaching options, edit lines. So I can do this here. So yep, that's good. That's good. So Terrell, Dubinsky, and I guess do I want to put Robbie Fabry up there or Boone Jenner? Let's see. Jenner, I don't think he would work out as a third liner all too well. He still looks like more of a fourth liner to me. Robbie Fabry definitely looks more like a third liner. He's much more offensively minded. He has much better puck moving skills. He's a lot better defensively. So I'll move Fabry up. Carroll, I think, is a left winger, but I think Tambellini is also a left winger. Yeah, he's a left-handed shot, so he might benefit. Yeah, let's move Carroll over here. Tambellini over there. And yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, we'll let Jenner play fourth line. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, okay. So there's our line. We're going to have Toffoli, Ryan Johansson, Patrick Kane, Danny Cristo, Connor McDavid, Daniel Sprong, Brandon Dubinsky, Dan Terrell, Robbie Fabry, and then Austin Carroll, Boone Jenner, and Adam Tambellini. So pretty much the exact same lineup as last year. Defensively, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Drew Doughty, Ryan Murray, David Savard, Bryson Martin, and Julius Honka. That's pretty solid for me. Power play. So they want Kane, Johansson, and McDavid with Sprong, Fabry, and Toffoli. That's an interesting combination there. So we're going to put Toffoli up here. And then we're going to put McDavid in the middle, Sprong on the right, and then Cristo on the left. Because I think Sprong and Cristo are both right wingers, correct? Sprong, yeah, they're both right wingers. So I'll put Sprong there. Yeah, so Kane, Toffoli, Johansson, and then Cristo, McDavid, and Sprong. That's good. And then OEL, Doughty, Savard, and they want Bryson Martin. They want Bryson Martin instead of Julius Honka on the power play. Let me see defensively. Okay, what's the difference between him and Honka? Honka's much better defensively. He might have better puck moving skills than him. Martin. Let me see. So, let me check out the offense, the shooting category. I think they both have equal shots. Yeah, it's pretty equal on the shots. Martin has a much better slap shot. And then puck skills. So 4, 8, 5, 6. 4, 8, 5, 6. I think I might give this to Honka. Yeah, he has much better passing. I think he has a much better offensive awareness too. Yeah, I'm going to give Julius Honka the power play slot. All right, so there's that. And then four-man power play, Ryan Johansson, Patrick Kane, Connor McDavid, Daniel Sprong. Good. Take Martin off and then put Honka in. All right, penalty kill. They want Ryan Johansson, Brandon Dubinsky. No, we want Dubes and Terrell, Tambellini, and I think Carroll, right? Carroll? Yeah. 90 defensive awareness. So leave my fourth line guys. Put my fourth line guys in there to kill off penalties. That's what we need to do. So Dubinsky with Tambellini, Terrell with Carroll. They want Doughty and Murray, Honka and Martin. Oh yeah, they don't have Ryan Murray on the power play. Should maybe Ryan Murray go in instead of Honka then? Ryan Murray. No, I think Honka's better. Murray's much more defensively. All right, so penalty kill. So they want Doughty and Murray with Honka and Martin. I like Martin. Maybe I should put in how's Savard look? They're taking OEL off, right? Yeah, they're giving OEL a break, but they want Doughty playing defensive. Yeah, Doughty should definitely be penalty kill. So Doughty and Murray, Honka and Martin. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Okay, and so they want Dubinsky, Terrell. Yep, fine with that. 4-on-4 is Johansson, Kane, McDavid, Toffoli, and then Fabry and Sprong. Yeah, that's fine. I like that because Fabry is also a center. Doughty and Johansson. Good. Goaltenders, Bobrovsky and Halverson for right now. Shootout. Yeah, that's fine for a shootout. All right, Springfield. Let's see what we got here. Who is sitting that needs to play? All right, Gouliet needs to play so boys can get scratched. All right, so Gouliet can play. All right, who's else? I think Al Hardy, right? Yeah, a lot of these guys are sitting. So, okay, so we can scratch Al Hardy. Wherever he's at, there he is. He can get scratched. Zykov, yeah, I'd rather play Zykov though. Let's get Zykov in there. So some of these guys will need to take a seat. Sakaris can sit as well. Wherever he's at, there he is. Sakaris, get him scratched. And I think we can play Yilson, or we could play Vrana. Yilson's actually getting up there pretty good, so you know what, Yilson can play. And I think that's it. I might be able to scratch another guy too, or other else in there. So let's see. I might be able to scratch a guy like Cole Castles and play somebody else. All right, so we want Reichel, Goodobin, and I can scratch a guy like Lipsick too, because there's some guys here I want to play. Like Boyce is fine. I do want to play Vrana though. He's a sniper, so I think I can scratch a guy like Lipsick, unless he's a natural center. Yeah, he's a center. Like I have my four centers: Lipsick, Barbashev, Castles, and Gouliet. So Barbashev moves up. So Reichel, Barbashev, Godobin, and Bjorkstrand. Actually, I need a sniper on that first line. So can Reichel play center? Yeah, Reichel can play center. He's got 77 faceoffs. He's a lot better than Barbashev. All right, so let me go Reichel, Godobin, and Bjorkstrand. Then I could go Barbashev, Furk, and Yilson. Then I could go Castles, Zykov, Lipsick, and Janmark. I think Castles, Guyet, and Freiberg. I think that could work. Unless there's somebody else I want to scratch here. Can I scratch somebody? I'll scratch Guyet in exchange for Vrana. Alright, so let's scratch Guyet wherever he's at. Alright, he's a center. Vrana can play. I'll let Jacob Vrana play there. Okay. Yeah. It's a very offensively minded minor league system. Holy crap. Full of snipers. It's ridiculous. Might not be the best defensive team, but could probably put the puck in the damn net, that's for sure. So I'll leave Sakaris. I'll leave Ellers, Kivaranta, and Vishnowsky scratched on the bench. And that's fine there. And then defensively, we need to scratch Urban. All right, let's scratch Urban, play Tim Erickson, obviously. So Timmy Erickson gets up there. Jansen, Erickson, Hetherington, Hag, Betts, and Moreau. Is that perfectly fine? Austin Adams sitting in Jackson. Yeah, that's good. And then goaltending. Let me just see here. So Erickson obviously just goes in here. They want Lipstick. Yeah, I'll just leave the power play lines the same. I'm not gonna mess with them. Erickson, Castles, Bjorkstrand. I need a center. Reichel and who's a two-way forward? High two-way forward, I guess. Castles and I don't have any. Just somebody with a high overall, I guess. Godobin, he can play there. And then I need, where is Reichel? Erickson. Goaltenders, London. Who the hell is London? Linus London. Now we want to play. I'm going to scratch Clemente. Put Sandy Wang in there. Actually, know what? Exner needs to play too. London. Alright, so I want Exner in there. And then Sandy Wang for right now. And then shootouts or whatever. Okay, so there's the Springfield lineup, and there's Columbus's lineup. So I think I have my lineup all set. I do want to go make a trade for a backup goaltender in next episode, and then we'll get ready to start our year 7 season. I might be able to get the whole season done in one episode. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to get one full season done, and then playoffs next time. We might just run through all the playoffs there, the whole lot, all 4 series if we actually make it to the cup. All right, so everybody moved around where I wanted to. Next episode, we'll go trade for a backup goaltender, and I think we'll be ready to go. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe as always.